Hi, everybody, and welcome for this session. Let's build a modular world. It's Anthony here, and I'm very happy to be with you today. So, we have a lot of exciting things to discover together. But first, let's welcome Sohini. Hi, Sohini.
Hi! Hey
H-
everyone!
How are you today? How do you
I'm good.
feel?
I feel so happy and excited to be here today.
Yeah.
And I know we have got a lot of people watching us right now, and we have great news for all of you. And we'll soon tell you this news.
Yeah. So, basically, during the stream, we will first discover um, composability, components, composable approach, and everything that is around that.
Yes.
And we will have some great news. Maybe we can tell we can say that we want to create a community around that. But all the details you need to stay until the
By the
end
end of
of
the
the stream.
stream, you'll be able to know what's the big news about the community, all the details. But for that, you need to stay till the end of the stream, and
And
then
yeah,
we'll disclose it all. Yep.
yeah, I think it's important to explain why we want to do that and where we want to go. But first, maybe we can introduce ourselves, Saini. So I let you start.
Yeah. So I am Sohini, and I'm a developer advocate here at Nintendo. It's been 2 months since I've joined, and since the time I've joined, I've been enjoying everything about composable applications, and I'm trying to learn and spread everything I can in here. And before that, I've spent 4 years exploring natural language processing. I've spent time building chatbots and voice bots. But now I'm into the composable world and I'm trying to learn everything that's new. And apart from all the things that I do in my free time, I prefer to play some guitar, cook some food, and spend time with my family. That's all about me.
I
What
should
about
taste
you?
the food. I like the
Yeah,
food.
you
Yeah,
should.
yeah. Probably too much. It could be a problem, by the way. Thank you. So maybe I can also introduce myself. So my name is Anthony. I'm developer advocate at Nintendo. So I have a, an important developer background. I mean, I develop for 11 or 12 years right now, using mostly Java and JavaScript. And I'm quite involved also in open source projects because of Chipster. So I'm a Chipster core team member. Maybe you can hear it, but I'm French too. So I'll try to, do my best in English. French people, well, I'm not sure if it's true, by the way, but it seems that French people are not always comfortable with English or with foreign language. But I feel I am, so I can uh, do my best to, well, speaking properly in English.
You do it
Anyway,
great way.
oh, yeah, I'm happy to hear that. So, my teachers used to or say that in English, to be mad with me in English. Yeah, but time has passed, and I feel I'm better right now.
You are.
Well, everything we said, everything about that. So what I want to do is probably I can introduce all these composable things. I would like to maybe explain all these things, and then we will be able to dive into the details about the community part.
Yes.
So let's starting by sharing my screen. So the question is, we need to, because you heard that from the beginning is composable things. So we can heard about modularity, modular, composable components. All the things rely to something close, but we need to define and to explain why we are talking about composable things. So I think the really interesting analysis we have are from Gartner. So the recent analysis they made says uh, if you, I mean, in 2023, the companies that will adopt a composable approach will outpace competition by 80%. That seems to be very huge. In the meantime, for large and medium organizations, 70% of them by 2024 will well, composability will be a criteria for new applications plan. And another analysis says by 2026, integrated application composition platform products will emerge and dominate at least 65% of new application initiative. So we can imagine that, yeah, but 2026 or even 2024, it's not now, but it is. We are in 2022. So we are talking about the future, but the future is now. I mean, 2023, 2024, 2026, everything will happen in the next years are already exist for the moment, and this is why we want to talk about that, and this is what we will talk about that.
And I think since we know it now already, that by 2026 this is going to take away the future. So since we know it from now, I think we should be the first ones to adapt this culture
Yeah.
Before someone else does, because I think that contains a lot of pride. So yeah, and before Anthony, I have a great thing in mind. Before we actually go ahead with the rest part of it, I would like to ask all my viewers and friends now, what is the first word that comes to your mind when you think about composability? I would like to see that on the chats, so please go ahead and type your thoughts.
Yeah.
You can go on
I
now.
have an idea, but I don't want to tell it because I'm afraid that I will change, the mind of the people. So I won't. I
Yeah.
would like to let people choosing
Yeah.
their own words.
Yes.
And yeah, and if I want to, I would like to add something to is, if we want, because it seems that it's like something is changing in the way we are building components. I mean, applications using components. And
Yes.
if we want to be sure that it will change in the way we want it to change, if we want to, handle that properly, we need to be an actor of that. We need to be a contributor of that.
Yes.
Not only as spectators. It's probably something. It could be, dangerous for developers to only wait for something happen without doing something specially to having some, how can I say that? Well, to be involved in that. So I think it's important. Well, anyway, if we let me maybe doing some, to look back in the IT history is,
Yeah.
so if we to explain also why we are on the modular already century, maybe, I don't know, but we started by doing monolith applications, so big application that contains everything in it. But then we thought that it could be easier to split them into several applications by doing, for example, starting by develop the front end and the back end. By the way, I remember when I was a young developer, we were talking about these tiers architectures, just like we call that the n tiers architecture. Say, hey, yeah, it's a good idea. It's a better idea, to split the front end and the back end, and also the data sources into several different parts. And then we decide to, we can split a bit more the back end by doing microservices that are small application business oriented.
So
and
in
then
2010s, we were like half modular. Only the back end was, split.
Yeah, half modular is, by the way, it's a great name.
Half mod.
We are half
mods.
And of course, you can understand that we moved to the fully modular pattern. That is, we did the same for the front end that we did in the past for the back end. Is we split it all the front end into micro front end things. So that means we have a lot of pieces, a lot of little applications, business oriented, or I don't know, features oriented for the front end and for the back end. And no, we need to make them work together to still solve the business issues. And we need to have something, I know, we probably need to change the way we are working, but we also need
Yes.
to have the right tools also to do that. This is why we are talking about the application composition platform. So this
Mm.
solution should help us to make all these things, all these components, well, make the composability easier using all this modularity, all these components. So
Basically, it's the platform, right, where we can do all
yeah,
the modularization of the front end and the back end. Yeah, that sounds
exactly.
interesting, really. I mean,
Yeah.
when I think of it, I know, like, from a viewer's perspective or for someone who is new to this, it is like the transition would be a bit difficult from what it
Mm.
was to how we're going to make it modular. But trust me, when you actually transition yourself to the modular world, it's going to be a lot easier for all developers because the responsibility will get divided. And,
Yeah. Yeah,
it's like,
yeah, and this is why we are talking about the different steps. So the
yeah,
first one will be to create the components. So
yes.
of course the application composition platform, we call it ACP, um,
Mm-hmm.
will not probably, well, it can help you to create components, maybe by
Mm-hmm.
giving some tools, or you can rely on existing components such as JHipster. So I know, see, at Nintendo we created a specific JHipster version using blueprints to generate directly components that will match with the ACP. So everything will be wrapped into a package that we call bundle at Nintendo, but we should see it at as a package. So in this package you have several components that could be front end components for front end developers, that could be bundled deployers, and of course the back end, that,
So
for example,
JHipster is
microservices.
functioning. So it is functioning as the code generator or the component generator.
Yeah,
It is
well, basically Jeepster is an application generator. So you
okay.
select the different option you want to have, and then you have your application, with the state of the art, and you have
Okay.
everything that is working out of the box and and the application is cloud native. The only differences we have at Nintendo is we added some features we wanted to cover that was not present in Jeepster,
Mhm.
such as macro fountains, and containing all the deployers or all the different settings to make it work out of the box with the Nintendo ACP.
Okay.
So I know that, for example, I know that for now we Jeepster cover the macro front end feature, at least for
Mhm.
some of the front end technologies.
Oh,
But
that's.
yeah, so this is why we can easily imagine leverage it by creating some
Mhm.
components.
I think
So
it is a
then,
good starting point for the ACP, the
yeah,
application composition platform. It has a good role.
yeah, because the first step will be, well, if you want to compose your application using
Mhm.
components, you need to have these components, or you need
Yeah.
to use these components. And to have this, or to use this, or to select them, you need
Mhm.
to have a hub. And this is the second step. You have a hub where you put all the components you can have. So it could be a private hub, it could be a community hub, it could be a full public
Public.
hub.
Yeah.
You put everything, all the components, all these bundles that contain the components. But you need
Mm.
to ensure that all these components are following the policies, are not containing any, I know, malicious code,
Mhm.
are respecting all the security guidelines. So this is why you need to curate your components, or at least you need to have somebody to do that, a curator. You need to have this step. This is the second step. And
Nice.
because of that, that will mean I can select the component I want to use, install them into my application, and start it by composing my application. So this is really, I think we can imagine the hub as a bridge between the creators and the composers.
Yeah.
And the creators is somebody that check, you can cross the bridge. And this is why the third step is to compose applications. So basically, be able to select the component you want to have in your application. That could be a page template, a macro front end, some CMS content, or even data.
A
And
microservice also. Yeah.
yeah, a microservice, even if the microservice will be, but yes, that's true. Yeah, you will install the microservice to make them. You can, of course, you can't drag and drop a macro
Yeah.
front
Yeah.
end
Yeah.
into, yeah. But what you can do is to, um, how can I say that?
Make it
Select,
functional.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, and
And
even
it's you
out
know
of the box.
micro frontends we can just drag and drop because those are all prepared. So
Yeah,
once you drop it and then you publish it in your page, the page that you're building, then it will appear.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this is the compose step, and
Mm-hmm.
of course, we have the final step that is to consume the
Consume.
application. The basically, uh, well, use the application, manage it, maybe
Mhm.
create some CMS content, uh, probably analyze or monitor the performances and etc. So everything can be done in the consume in that is the last step.
Mhm.
And this is why we can define the composable journey as we are creators, composers, and consumers. I'm a creator when I am a developer, when I code something, a component, when I can create this component and I can share it into a hub. I'm a creator when I'm handling this component hub and ensure that all these components present on my hub are following the policies, are updated with the last patches, are I don't know, are have no issue performances, for example. We have no issue with that. And then I'm a composer when I can be, a developer can be a composer, but maybe somebody more IT related, business related, excuse me. And that will select the different components and create the different pages. That the components can be used into one pages, several pages, or even into several applications. So
Yes, and that is
reuse
the
all these things.
reusability feature. And honestly
Exactly.
speaking, that's the most important feature that I've loved the most about the,
Mm,
4C, the ACP. That is the most important feature that I personally favor a lot because reusability takes off the burden of working on the same thing again and again,
mm,
so that helps a lot. And I think with all these four roles, it's very interesting. You can call yourself, hey, I'm a creator. You can call yourself, hey, I'm a curator or composer or consumer, or you can be all of them. So it's like
yeah.
being a jack of all trades or just one of
Yeah.
them. So
Yeah,
that is
for
the
sure.
interesting part. So it's not only like you're doing and doing and doing, but you also have a cool um, role for yourself, and
Mm.
you decide your own role with the thing you do.
And I think also it will change a bit the way developers and we did not quote any by the way designers, but I think designers have a great role to play here, and also
Yes.
testers. So
Mm-hmm.
you can be a creators tester, or you
Mm-hmm.
can have creator team that contains also developers. I think it's really important also to create something coherent between all your components, maybe defining some guidelines or everything like this. And what is interesting in the way we are thinking is probably that the developers or and the dev team will turn into something more a developer contributor. So I'm not only create code or feature or component for me, I will create also for all the people in my company, inside my
Yeah.
company, or all the people inside my community, or
Yes.
even for all the people, even people that I don't know. And I just want that, well, this already exists from a community point of view. So I mean, with open source project and etc. But now we can also do it with at the application level. That is a bit different. So we can imagine having inside a company creators team that can decide to create components to say, hey, we will help the other team to be
Mm.
more how can I
Give
say,
time
yeah,
and focus on what they do best, like being a
exactly,
curator or being a composer, and we can do the job of a creator. Like it's
exactly.
like one person does not have to take the burden of doing it all together at the same time. So it's like divide the roles, divide the responsibilities, so that time is also taken less, and the work is done in a smoother way, in a quicker time, and yeah, I think
So this is the
that.
composable journey.
Mm,
And so now I just prepare a quick example. This is the one I did for the Conmotion, by the way. So I think we can maybe we can link also the Conmotion videos if we want to, or I will add on my Twitter account anyway. But is an example of I have a business issue, so I want to know how many items we sold this last month during the last month. So if I have a modular approach, what I will do is probably have different teams, or maybe one team, but we can imagine having different teams that handle this component creation. That will be, I want to create a backend that exposes these metrics. And I want to create components, front ends, micro front ends components that will consume this API to display these metrics in a more fancy way than just having some raw text. So I'm creating all these components and packaging them into packages and share them into the hub on my company hub. So my creator will be able to do all the checks, and my composers will be able to compose the page I want or I need to know how many items I solved. And then my consumer will be able to access to this application, check the metrics, and maybe we can imagine also adding some CMS content to explain the different metrics. Well, for example, I don't know why in 2021 we sold 20% more than the previous year, and adding
mhm.
some text and analysis alongside the chart. So this is
Yeah.
something interesting. So it's, well, I try to give a real world example to say, oh, I will change that. And the things we can also imagine is the team B that's actually uh, create the backend components that just only expose the metric through an API can also reuse these components, or we can also reuse these components in another application that will consume only the API, but not using the same macro frontends. Maybe that will use, I don't know, that will consume it directly into using raw text things, or to I don't to generate some analysis or reporting a bit differently. It's just that you don't need to develop the same application again. Maybe
Yeah.
just access to the hub and select, okay, this is this component I need to have in my application to have access to
Mm-hmm.
these metrics. But I don't need to have the micro front end because this is not the same purposes.
Mm.
Okay, so from
So
that,
I think we have all the architecture ready, the framework is ready, we have all the roles ready, but we don't have all the people that will take off all the roles, that will take upon all the roles. And that's why we are here to build a community. And we're announcing the Modular Squad, where you all will be joining us. Of course, we invite you to come join us, build with us the Modular Squad. So now the question comes, what is Modular Squad and why Modular Squad?
yeah.
So in Modular Squad, I just call it Mod Squad. Like Modular Squad is a big name.
Hmm.
So I just want to say that here we are trying to adapt the culture of building applications in a modular way. So we're trying to build composable applications and make that the culture. So for
Mm.
that, we want you all to join us. So with the help of this, we have created a dedicated space where we all can interact and help this community grow. We have Discord for that. So what comes with the mod squad idea is we'll be giving you all an opportunity. We'll be giving each one of us an opportunity to be a creator, curator, composer, or a consumer, or all of them all together. So you can be a jack of all trades, as I said. You can be that. And then, with all the things that we are trying to share with you from our learnings, you can learn that. Or if you have something new that you want to share with us, you can teach us that. And that way, you can contribute to the community.
Yeah, I would
Contribute.
love, by the way. Yeah, I will
Yeah.
love. I mean, I would love to learn from people. I mean, in the
Yes.
community. This is really something I expect from this community. So I'm
Yeah.
really happy to with you. So you need to be the first community member. But I would like also I expect to have a lot of people there and to learn from all these people sharing things and I love learn something. So this community is a great opportunity to do that.
Yeah, that's true. We always need a room where we can have more ideas, more brains, more thoughts about something that we are actually starting from scratch. And that's why we need you all. It's not possible without you all. So that's why we know when you're in, you can help us and you can contribute to the community, make your own space, and just do things, just do great things. And then comes learn, show, and tell, which is similar to contribution to the community. So it's like whatever you're learning, you can come in and show us and tell us through certain types of calls. Like in the Discord channel, we're trying to set up some cool sessions, which I'll come in the later part, where you can come up and you can show and tell us whatever you've learned, or you have something that's new that you want to share with us about the modular community or the composable applications that you would like or love to share with us. And of course, a chance to get featured. So we have this lovely thing, and it was a great idea, I think. So we're not only creating a community, um, we're also keeping a space where your efforts, your contributions can be given lights. You can be in the spotlight. And so, if you're contributing and if you're constantly putting in your efforts for this community to grow by being active and being part of the sessions, being part of our active discussions, helping other people of the community by learning with your expertise, then of course we'll give you a chance to get featured. And of course, there's a lot of joy in that. We all want to get featured. And then, of course, the last and the most important point is the awareness of the modular culture, because since we are, as Anthony said while we were starting with the slides, that by 2026, this is what is going to take the space. This is what is going to change the game of the way um, applications are being developed. So I think since we know it now, so it's important that we actually start adapting this culture. So let's be the first ones to create awareness of the modular culture, about modular applications, the composable applications, and let's bring in more people through this. So yeah. So
This
these
is
are the,
exciting.
yeah, this is very exciting.
Yeah.
Before I actually go ahead and talk more about it, I just want to take a small break to tell you people that in case you really think that we are trying to share some very important thoughts or something really interesting, then please do make sure that you write in your thoughts on the comment section
Hmm.
here on the chats. Because, of course, let's make it interactive so that not only we tell our thoughts to you, but also we can learn about your thoughts and what
Yeah.
you think, take in your questions, answer those. And of course, if you really think that we're doing great, just do not forget to hit a like and share this video. And of course, not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And
Uh,
of course, Yeah, just one more. Of course, to share this with your friends, so that we can have some more people in here watching us. Yeah, go on, Anthony.
Yeah, to your friends, to your mom, to your dad,
Yeah,
to your sons, to your brother and sisters,
yeah,
everybody. Yeah,
everybody.
and but I think I would like also to add something. Well, I think
Mm-hmm.
you already say that, but it's really important that you need to have in mind that this community is not something we made for you. We
Yeah,
something we want to make with you. That
yes.
it's a bit different. So this is why we also need you to join the Discord, to join well our future session. So we will give you all the details right now, but is just come with us, share with us, and we will really be happy. So don't be shy and don't be afraid to even connect with us, because this is exactly what we want. So let's do it.
If you
So
don't question us, if you don't ask your questions, then we will not be able to know, we will not be able to learn, because each one of your question is a learning for us too.
yeah, yeah,
So that's very important. And without you all, this community is nothing, because we are trying to start this with you people. It's just us, the both of us right now. And we
exactly.
need all of you. So, yeah.
Exactly. So what's next now, Sohini? So we can share the details. So let me share the screen again. Is so what we want to expect for the incoming weeks.
I think we are trying to share a very dedicated branding. So, since this is a very oriented thing, so it's important that we have cool colors and a very colorful community where you all can come in and enjoy with us while you're trying to build something new. So that is something that we are still working on. It's not finalized yet. And if you have any thoughts about cool graphics and stuff, then do not forget to share that on our Discord that we will be sharing today with you all. So the first step is to join our Discord. We'll share the link soon. And then the second step is introduce yourself. And the third step is share with us your cool ideas on some
Mm.
cool graphics and branding stuff that we can do for our community. Because it's our space, and your opinion, of course, matters. So that's the first point. Would you like to take on the second point, Anthony?
Yeah. So what we want to do is to have a weekly stream session that will be led by Soini or by me or by probably sometime by both. By the way,
Both of us,
is
yeah.
yeah, this is what we call the compose with. So the compose with Soini or the compose with Anthony. So it will be happen on each Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
and so basically, yeah. By the way, I would like to thank especially people at Nintendo that allow us to host this stream session on Facebook Live, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter accounts on Nintendo, all these Nintendo accounts.
Mm-hmm.
So that will help us to also, have a better, well, you can say audience, so to be more
Mm-hmm.
visible also on these different platforms. So it will happen one time per week, so probably for something like 1 hour, maybe 40 minutes. It depends. However, it will depends mostly, I think, on the different
The
session and the
topic,
topics we will have.
yeah.
So we are preparing all the topics, so be sure to follow also maybe the Nintendo account. So I'm pretty sure that they will um, share the different contents we are preparing on the different platforms, probably especially on Twitter is the build place in Twitter. You can also follow us. Me and Sohini. So I think we have another slide with the different Twitter
Mhm.
accounts, so we will be able to share all these things with you there. So
Yeah.
one stream session per week with after party session. So that will be probably that what we want to have is a great session presenting something, maybe using slide, maybe using code, maybe also hosting another people to make something like an interview. So if you have something to say, if you want to share something with us, you can also connect us and tell us, I want to be, I want to be on your stream. Maybe we can prepare something. So Q&A session, interview, or demo, or something else that could be very useful for the community. And with
Yeah.
this after party session that will happen on Discord, we will be able also to share good moments, explaining things, maybe be able to give more details on a specific area on these things after the session happens. So probably also using live vocal channels. And then
Yes.
the third, do you want to explain the third? Cold
Yeah,
and chill
the
session.
code and chill session. So, sometimes it's not very important to be very serious and just, like have a lot of concentration and then code. Sometimes we also want to have some, chill sessions where we have some other people where we can have a place we can chit chat and code along. And that's why we have the code and chill sessions. So these are sessions where we all can jump into the Discord channel or into some other channels as well. But with Discord, the best part is we all can talk together
Mm.
because the voice channel allows us this facility. We can talk to each other, we can share our screens, and we can keep coding. But of course, with a cup of tea or coffee. Tea is allowed, but coffee is preferable. I prefer coffee. Oh, I can see your cup there. I like the tiny cup.
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm drinking teeny coffee. That's why. Because it's Italian coffee. That's why.
Oh,
The better one. I
oh,
must admit that.
really? You should ship that to me soon.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, that's all about the code and chill sessions. It's gonna be really fun.
Yeah.
And we will try to get started with this really soon once we have a good number of people in the community. So I think before we actually, say about all these things, I think unless we have some good number of people, none of this will actually make sense. So, because this is for the people, for you all. So
Mm-mm.
it will always be mass, it will always be fun when we have all of you together. So, of course, that's why it's important that you all come and join us. And then we'll have weekly blogs and newsletters. So we'll try to write blogs of all the things that we are learning. Could be something that's related to the tutorial of that particular week, or could be something that's a bit different of that. But of course, it's always going to be something that's educational, that's going to help you, that's going to be a new learning for us all. We're going to share that and newsletters that will consist of all the data for that particular week, what we're doing, what we're not, all the updates of that. And then we are also thinking about AMA sessions, so Ask Me Anything sessions. So there could be times when we have a huge list of questions cluttered up, and it's very important to answer your questions. So for that, we can have certain Ask Me Anything sessions, all your questions, and we can come up and answer those questions.
That sounds
Yeah.
very
So
interesting. So, and anyway, I think, yeah, what we, you know, already draw is something we have in mind. We want to share with you, but of course, everything could be changed or adapted to what the community want to have. And maybe we can also imagine having another events if somebody want to take care of this event. So we can also
yeah,
imagine we have a lot of well, this is a great opportunity. So I mean, it is changing, is moving every time, and we just need
I
to
agree.
embrace that. And we hope the community will help us to embrace that, to understand and be fully modular, to understand all this modularity, all these composability things. And by doing these recurrent sessions, streaming, MAA, blog, and everything else, we hope to uh, generate enough content to share the good things with the community. So
Yeah.
this is what we want to expect. But of course, once again, we can only expect it to be a successful idea, a successful community with you, only with
Yes.
you. This is the main things. So, so what I said previously is, so we should join us on Discord because it will be probably the place to be for the community. So I put it the Discord here. You can join us. We have already several channels prepared. We can also connect us on Twitter. That is
Twitter.
also, I would say, probably the second, maybe the first place with Discord. We will share things. So as a developer, I would say that the Twitter is very interesting. This social network is probably the best for developers. But Discord will be also probably the best about community things. So be sure to be here to join us on both, and we will be able to connect you easily and share all these things.
We'll share
Any
all these links on the chat, so keep
Yeah,
an eye on that. Yeah.
yeah. We will share. Anyway, we will also, on Twitter, we will be able to share it again, so you can find all these things easily. So
Mm-hmm.
that's really great. So we have a lot of things. We have we
A
create
lot.
we create a community, organizing events, creating using some tools such as I'm expecting a lot from Discord. So it's very exciting. The question I have, maybe
It
we can
is.
then, before we ending with this session, is, do you want to add something else to the people, Sohini, before we were leaving?
All I want to say is it's the start. And again, once again, I really appreciate that you took out your time to come and view us today. And all that I want to say is, since you could come so far till now, here with us today, I think you can also take one more step. Of course, if you feel interested and inspired enough with our thoughts, plans, if you could just take one more step to connect us on our Discord server and stay connected with us, stay in touch with us. You can be with us on Twitter so that you can stay regularly updated with what we're trying to come up with. But of course, Discord is the first step, and that is going to be the first place of contact from our side and from your side to stay on the same note. And yeah, all of these ideas sound interesting, but none of it is possible without your contribution, your participation, your involvement. And so we invite you to join our community, and of course, we'll be very happy to have you all.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say.
Yeah, finally we can say that we are waiting for you.
Yes.
So the next stream will happen next week, and so stay tuned. We are waiting for you. Join us on Discord, on Twitter, and share your thought there, even right now in the comments and everything else. So for today, the stream
Yes.
is ending. We will.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to be here, and I think so.
Me too.
This is the same for you. So let's connect together very quickly in the incoming days and weeks, and see you
And
after. Bye bye.
yeah, and one more thing, do not forget to like, share,
Yeah,
and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Do not
you're
forget.
right. Exactly. Yeah. I was closely to forget that. Everything is saying is done. See you, team. Bye bye.
Bye.
And have a great composable journey.
Yes.